I am ready to report the first update for the meme project. Let's break it down. All right, gang, I am back. This is Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And this is the first report since the initial video about my meme project. And I have a lot to update you on, and hopefully this will be an ongoing video report series about all the meme projects that I've bought. And I've gone completely bananas. I have aped into a ton of memes, probably 20 or more. I lost count. And in fact, I think I'm the self-ascribed king of this now. In fact, I'll just call myself the king of memes. When you address me in the comments, it is thy king of memes, and then ask your question. So I'm the king of this, and I'm taking it seriously, and this is a lot of fun. And I'm going to give you all the details and tell you why I have gone so bananas on this. But before we jump into all the details, I will tell you that I haven't had this much fun since being in crypto. I haven't lost my mind, and memes is not going to be my new major front-running thing. But this is more fun than anything I have ever done. So I'm going to show you the different memes that I've bought, show you some example websites of what some of these projects have, which makes it so much fun. It's just quirky and crazy. And then we'll run through and show you the exact point that I am at right now tonight, if I am in the green or break even or in the red on each project. And then I'll also show you my first meme trade that I made. Actually, I've made one other one, but this is the first one since the meme project has started. So the reason why I went so crazy with this and spent 3 hours the other night doubling the size of my meme bag is because we have a gentleman on our board who bought $12 of SHIB before it blew up. And that $12 grew to approximately $18,000, then started going south, and I think he bailed out at $12,000. I tell you what, this type of thing happens, and people are lucky when that happens. And I made the decision right then and there that if there's a scientific way to increase the odds of having the same type of experience, then I'm going to do it. And I quickly got back to my notes and read my rules on how I review the memes and make decisions on how to buy and then how much money I spend on them. And it's usually between 75 cents and $5. I think the most I ever spent on one is like $10, not counting SHIB, because I bought in with SHIB big before this got really serious. Something that is different on the memes, we don't worry about circulating supply because they're all insane. That goes out the window. And we already see that with projects like Dogecoin, which is on my meme report backdrop because it was the first one. Projects that have unlimited amounts, we now know they can pump and bring you like 1000x gains. So that's why I don't consider the circulating supply when I'm looking at buying these memes. Now, I'm going to show you how organized I am, and we're going to just start off with a spreadsheet. I'm going to pull this up here, and we're going to just run through and show you how I do this, kind of my style of organizing myself on Excel, because I'm an engineer, and engineers go too far when it comes to organizing numbers and things like that. So it starts out, we come up here, and I list these different meme projects. The ones that have the yellow all the way across, those are the ones that I bought. And so I list the coin, I write down the price, and then I was writing down how much I bought, but I ditched that because that goes on another place now. I don't remember what this market cap. Yeah, I used to write down the market cap. Now I glance at it and I move on because there's too many. And then another big thing I look at is 24-hour volume. That is a big help on buying decision because the more buying volume, the more volatility you get. And then I put a note in this column if there's something interesting that makes it stand out. Like this one is a swap dex. You know, we got Shiba Swap coming, or the REAU was an all-in-one wallet that's not doing so good right now, or Safe BTC is like a yield token version of SafeMoon. Different things like that. And then when you scroll on over and you can't see it in the video window, I also give a link to the website. And that's a lot of fun going through these websites and seeing the artwork, the cartoons, the styles. Some of them are very serious. Some of them talk about jumping into DeFi and even NFTs or combining the two. So it's neat to look at these websites and see what they have going on. A lot of them are just fun and they're entertaining. And that's half the fun of this. So after I put these in here, then I decide on what to get. I put it in yellow and then it drops down to the next zone. These are all the ones that I looked at and these are the ones that I bought. And now we come on down, and in this portion of the table are all of the active projects that I have bought and where I am as far as profit loss. So for instance, AquaGoat, the base level is where I bought. The status is red if I'm in the red, and it's green if I'm in the green. And this is the current price. And then we have the percent change. AquaGoat is down 50%. Part of what I also do with my strategy is to double down DCA. When you buy double the bag at the next significantly lower price of a project that takes a dip. So if AquaGoat is at 14 and a million zeros and it goes down to 7, buy double the bag, because I can watch here as I get the percent change and I DCA on the ones that go down. So this is just part of the experiment. I'm not saying this will work. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is an experiment. I'm just letting you watch and just be a fly on the wall to see how this little experiment goes for me, okay? And we'll see what happens. So there's your percent change, and then that's the strategy. So the green ones, I'm up. If it has a black square, I'm at break even. It hasn't changed from the base level price. Now let me show you something else. I want you to see some of the charts of these projects, and I did create a folder here where I've taken some screenshots so you can see some of the charts, and I want you to see what they look like. And one thing that I have discovered is the fact that the TA, the technical analysis, the way that these charts work out is the same with the big boys, because they are all governed by human nature. Human nature and the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence is what makes technical analysis work. So as long as you have human nature that plays a part in this, then by goodness, they're going to act just like the big boys, which means that you can predict movements and make buying and selling decisions the same way you can with the regular plays. All right, let's get rid of my handsome face, and we're going to jump into these charts here, and I'm just going to flip through and let you see what some of these look like. So AquaGoat, notice how we're down here and we have a base level, all right? And when I look at a chart, I want it to be in the dog days. That's where it's laying down low like a dog, not creating a fuss, not jumping around, not volatile or anything. This is where I buy. I do not buy when projects come straight out the box and pump straight up like this, and then you buy here at the peak and you lose a lot of ground. I also don't buy when we're still doing the whipsaw. I wait until it's settled down into the dog days. That's how I like to do it, and that's what's seems to be working thus far with this project. Is when you get them in the dog days, you don't have a lot of room where you could lose, okay? And I've noticed that the majority of these are not falling down below the price where the ICO or whatever you want to call it has happened. And let's look at the rest of these. There's the one with the bad word. It's got the nice lying low and close to my entry point. Here we go. BAFE is lying low. And look at this. We also have the same indicators here. I've got the MACD. I've got the stochastic. I look to buy whenever there's no volatility in the price, when you get full stochastic cycles and the price stays the same. So these are the charts. Koshi is a good one. There's Eclipse, Notice how they all look the same. There's the Elon Doge thing. There's FEG, a little bit more volatility there. Fox is just about dead, but it's staying here at this price level. So it's in the dog days. Hungry, let's go back to Hungry. It kind of had a little bit of a bump yesterday. These charts are old. I haven't updated this to today because some of these have had a bump. Kishu is one of my good ones. I got it like down here, I think, and I'm up on it. There's Moon. Crazy names. Niche Man. All the charts are nice and flat. This is a requirement. It has to have some type of price history for me to be able to buy it. If it's right out of the box, I do not fool with it. Look at the similarity. You see all these charts? Very, very similar. Sanshu is another good one that I'm up. There's Shiba. I made the mistake of buying SHIB right here. And then we did all of this. And before I made my rule, well, I actually had a rule of only buying in the dog days while I had bought this one. I just didn't abide by that rule. And so now I've learned to apply that rule to the means because they act the same. Yushi, this is a great one. I bought it about right here. Or no, it was here after it settled down. And so I'm up like 40-something%. So that's one of my good ones. Is that the end of the? Yeah, that's the end of the charts there. I've got a lot more, but that's all I have stored from the other night. So now we're going to jump back to the spreadsheet, and then I'm going to show you how I buy these things. So let's get back on to the spreadsheet. Here we go. I'm going to show you something else that I do here as we go back to the assets tab. So here are the assets. And so what I do, I will put something in one of these colored boxes and then I track all of my sales, and then I also put notes. So let's say for Emacs, I bought 100 million of it for $15. I got a lot of that because I kind of got excited about it. And I left a note, get more. The stochastic peak is now. Buy at the bottom of the cycle. Leave yourself notes. So AquaGoat, here's a good one. So we have the date that I bought it and the amount and the price. So I bought at 5/17 at 26. 2 days later, down to 18. A week, a month or so later, down at 8. It's still going down, and I got some more. Notice the amounts. It was 2 billion of it for $5, but then $500 million for 90 cents, 2.5 billion for $2, and then 1.5 billion for $1.05. Total invested is $9.15. The reason why I do this, I can handle losing that. If this goes to zero and it goes away, I'm not crying. And then I am going to practice buying and selling in these cycles to increase these positions. This is all about practice. It's just like my son goes to football practice so they can prepare for a game. Playing these coins will help me prepare for the game of spending big bucks on the major projects. So here they all are. And as I add in orders and DCA or sell or whatever, then I put those amounts in here and I track. Look at the amounts I'm spending. 90 cents for $1 billion on Zabaku. $1.26 on Moonshot for 100 million. So big deal. If this goes to zero, I lost $1.26. I can't even get a McDonald's French fry with that. But I do get valuable experience learning how to trade. So once I enter these here, it goes to the summary sheet and they're all connected. Now I've got to update this and it'll pull in the amount at the total at the bottom box. Like when you have a whole bunch, it adds them all up down at the bottom. Let's go back to that example and show you. I've got so many, boy, I got to scroll for a while. So here we have the individual purchases. Then we have the 6.5 billion total at the bottom. The summary sheet will pull the total. It'll put it in the first blank. Then it will list the purchase price, the cost basis. I can type in the current price here and it will tell me my standing here. So that's similar to this other thing I did here, where this one is somewhat the same, but not. Where I've got percent change, I wanted a color-based status so I could really watch it. And then entering the current price and the base level price stays there. So I know where I am regarding in relation to the base. This one has this divide by zero arrow. The reason is I sold it. I sold Kava because I was up like, 30, 40% in one day. So I sold it because I wanted to actually get that over with and make a sale at a peak and buy it back on a dip and see how much more that I can get with that same amount. I purchased about $2.50 and sold it for $3.50 or 75 cents, somewhere around there. So now I have to take 100% of that gain, wait till the stochastic cycle goes back to the bottom, and then buy it again. That is the spreadsheet. Now let's go to the websites. First, we will look at my KuCoin account, and I'm going to give you guys a trick. This is a trick. I'm avoiding trading fees because I'm using two exchanges, centralized exchanges, and I'm not using a DEX. I'm not using PancakeSwap. I definitely am not using Uniswap because I don't want to pay gas fees. I'm not using PancakeSwap, even though there are reasonable fees there, but I don't feel like buying BNB, transferring it to the special MetaMask on Chrome, then converting it to BEP20, and then flipping it to this and that, and then transferring it to PancakeSwap. It's too many steps for me, and all the while BNB is going up or down. I'd rather just buy it. If it's not USDT, I don't have time. You go in here to Tether, and you say withdraw. Here is a secret, kids. Do you see this? That says ERC20, Ethereum network. High gas fees. What does this say? TRC20. That is the Tron network. I just enter in the wallet address of where I want to send it on the TRC network. And guess how much it costs me to send it? It costs $1. So I am going to jump over here and hit the wallet. Let's go to fund. Let's open up USDT. Here's ERC20. There's BEP20. You could do the Binance Smart Chain, BSC. Here is TRC20. Boom. You scroll down. You copy the TRC20 address. Word to the wise, don't mix it up. Don't copy an address for TRC20 and send it to an ERC20, or you could lose your crypto. Now let's go back to KuCoin. I put the wallet address right there. I tell him how much I want to send. If I wanted to send 100, then I just hit confirm. And that cost me $1. Yep, that's right. One little bitty dollar. Back to the exchange on Hotbit. Let's go to the exchange. And I'm going to show you another little trick that I do when I'm buying. I'm just going to make a buy, and then we'll see. Let's go back to my spreadsheet and look at the ones that had the notes where it was telling me to get more. Emax, it says get more, and Kabosu to get more of that. So let's look at Emax first. Emax. Click on it. It says it's up 59%. Man, I'm doing good on that. I can click this indicator right here and scroll down and pop off the stochastic. There it is right there. Notice it's still up high, so it has not come down. So I don't need to buy any more of that yet. I could sell it here because it could jump down here. I could swing trade. So let's do the Kabosu one. Kabosu, whatever it is. These names are hilarious. They just crack me up. Here is Kabosu. It doesn't look like it is completing a cycle. I could just buy something right now just to show you what it's like. And I'm going to show you this trick. I have 500 million of this. I'm going to buy some more. Here is the trick. This is the order book. I want you to notice. Let's scroll over so you can see this. I want you to notice that this is the price. A bunch of zeros, 82. But the lowest price for a seller with volume is 83. The highest price for someone who's wanting to buy, the best price is 82. That means that this person has to wait until someone decides that they want to give up at 82 and not 83. Here's another thing. I want to get, let's say, 200 million of this. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to type in here 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 200 million. That'll be $1.64. If I hit buy on this, I'm going to be sitting and waiting for a long time for this to tick down. If you are like me and you don't want to sit around and wait, here's your trick. Click the highest sell order, the lowest sell order, rather. If I click that, it will change this price right here along with it at 83 instead of 82. I want 200 million. Is there 200 million within this order? Yes, there is. There are 5.53 billion on the books, in the order book at this price, which is far greater than my 200 million. If this said 100 million, I would have to go the next step up to the 84 to see if there is enough volume there for me to make that purchase, or this step, or this step, or this step. Since there is enough here in this level for me to purchase the 200 million, I'm going to click buy. Let me scroll down here so you can see this. I'm going to hit confirm. And just like that, ordering success. Notice there's nothing in here in the open order. It's because it fills immediately, because my order was less than the amount being offered at that price within this group, this block. The next thing I'm going to do is jump on over to the spreadsheet, and I am going to type 200 million, and then I am going to put the price. Let's just copy this and modify it. It was at 83. And then I'm going to let myself know that it was the date, was 6/13, same day. It's only because I was buying these last night till 3 a.m. So there's the 405, $1.66, 571 total. Dollar cost average price is 82. Right between those two. That's how I do it. And then when you jump over to memes, Kabasu gets updated automatically. Here it is here. And it shows that I am in the green at 1%. That's how I do that, guys. So that's a couple little tricks that you can learn. And you can look at your stochastic. You can also look at the MACD. And then here's the telltale right here. On balance volume. 9 times out of 10, this will guide you to the right purchases. And you got to look at the 1 day first, because here it looks like there's a lot of distribution going on. Sometimes they just reflect the price and you can't get a lot out of that indicator. But by goodness, when you look at the 1 day and it's dumping like this, that tells you don't get it now. Heavy distribution. It's moving up now. So accumulation is going on. This one is not as good of an example. We need a lot of history to really see how well that on balance volume works. SHIB right here on the 1 day is really not looking that good because we see distribution going on. So this wouldn't be a good time to buy. Let's look at Doge. Doge is getting accumulated over time. This looks pretty good. Like people are hanging on. It's not getting sold off. So this is a good indicator, a good project to look at. Let's look at ETH just so you can see this. Massive accumulation right here during the run up. And then what happened? Price starts going up. But the loading up happened up until here, and then it popped up. And we noticed there's no big sell-off because Ethereum is not getting gotten rid of. That's why OBV is so good. So at any rate, that is a good test to see if you are buying into a project that the devs and founders are getting rid of. Are they junking it or are they not? Well, kids, that is just about all I've got for this one. This has been a nice video. Let me know what you thought of this if you learned something new. I want to hear the feedback. I'm going to continue on with this, and I'll let you know how this project goes and let you know if one of these things pops off and goes bananas and goes crazy, like the example of the guy that I had on the board that flipped a 1000x. I'd love to have a 1000x. We'll see what happens. But I think I have covered all the bases. I'm not going to let any of these good ones get away from me, but now you know where I get them on Hotbit. Warning, Hotbit is a great site, but it's a trash site too because they go under maintenance a lot, and it can be from 1 to 3 days at a time where you can't get your tokens sold. However, they are a great exchange because they have all the memes there at USDT, where you don't have to do any of these crazy swaps and any of that other stuff. Plus, you get the technical indicators built right in. Hotbit is just wow, I've been using Hotbit so much, and my biggest gainer on a micro, and I've mentioned this in another video, was CNS, where I bought $10 worth, and within 3 months it was worth $240. I also had another that I purchased $120 worth, and at the peak it went to $1,500. But I didn't realize that the market was peaked out and that it would fall. I'm still in the black on both of those, but they're not nearly as up as much as they used to be. But that's why I like Hotbit. That is all I've got. We'll see you in the next edition of the Meme Report, and I will keep you posted. This is Carlton. I'm out.